We're gonna do a song that you never heard before. The volume.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again.
Ooh, Lord, Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother. What's happening?
What's going on with you, bro?
Phone just gone dead, bro. I think it's about that time. And let me tell you the bad part about this, though, bro, is that you know how, like, because my phone is acting up. The last time my phone was tripping like that, and I had to get a new one, I ended up losing like a bunch of contacts and stuff like that, though, man. So. Yeah, man. If you look at my joint is not doing nothing at all, man.
Bro, you ain't got no you don't have your stuff saved to the Google?
I have pictures, I have certain contacts, yes. I have some saved to the drive, yes.
Right, but I'm saying, like, even with your contacts though, you can put it to your phone or put it to your Google. So every time that you log in with your Google account, no matter what phone you get, as long as you install your Google account, all your contacts will be there.
I think it's there, man. I think so.
Oh God.
No, the last time I did it, I mean, I didn't have any issues, but there's just, for some reason, some of my contacts were gone. Like, it seemed like the last time I did that, some of my contacts that I had on the Google was there, but then the ones that for some reason that wasn't, there was them things was gone, though, bro. But anywho, I mean, we got some things to get into. Let's get that music going one time.
All right.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
What your name is.
Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Listen, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook page. Every episode is live streamed on Facebook and on YouTube, so you could be like my boy Courtney Davis checking in, who is very much on point that I was supposed to get a new phone when we got back from Tulum because my phone was trash on the pictures then. So he had to take all the out and about pictures on his phone. But anywho, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. And every episode immediately after the pod is uploaded to anywhere you want to stream podcasts, except we got to verify with Apple because they be bougie over there though, man. But listen, anywhere else, you're good. Ace Kennedy.
What's up?
I mean, have you been keeping up with these the Capitol Hill trials and things like that? The commentary that some of the cops have been, saying.
Haven't a clue of what you're talking about.
Okay, so you remember they did the storming of the Capitol building, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they did the storming of the Capitol building, and now they have been doing more of the official hearings of that. So they've had some of the officers who were involved that were talking about their firsthand encounter, their interaction with these folks and everything like that. So it's been pretty interesting. I heard one of the police officers basically, basically said they was calling them all kind of N-word this, N-word that, and basically was talking about, they here to make sure that Joe Biden don't steal the elections. Very, very, very typical of some very extreme 45 supporters though, man. But if you haven't checked it on out already, man, it's definitely worth, it's not surprising to me, right? I think that the thing that was interesting to me is that one of the guys, the black officers, was like, I've never had anybody call me the N-word, not while I was in uniform. Slid that part in there real quick, right? But I thought that the whole thing wasn't surprised at all. But of course, you look at that and you think a lot of these people, not all, but some of these people that, you know what I'm saying, you would see that were storming the Capitol, right? They felt like they were on the right side of history. A lot of these people were people who looked like you and I that we would work with, right? So I think that's the part that may seem to be the most surprising. But they're recanting of the stories of that is what's interesting, though, bro. But if you haven't already, it's worth checking out, though.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm kind of coming off a vacation, so I mean, I hadn't really been keeping up with anything, and then when I did come back, I started getting on to the Olympic stuff. So yeah, I've been zoned away from the world, so to speak.
How much of the Olympics have you been keeping up with?
Oh man, I had this coach Boxell out there getting crunk when his girl won, and she was the Aussie swimmer, and she was killing it, and she so yeah, he was out there. If you follow me on TikTok, you'll know what I'm talking about.
On that TikTok.
Yeah. No, I've been keeping up with a little bit. I see what's going on with Simone, and I see that, you know, the US team ain't doing too hot in basketball. The the soccer team. I was watching the girls' soccer just a little while ago. I've been watching a lot of swimming, and a little bit of gymnastics.
Yeah, so I was over at the home court here. So this is the weird part about it is I'm probably one of the weirdos that I actually do keep up with the Olympics, the medal counts and things like that. I used to always think it was a big deal, like in overall the US and Russia, you know, maybe like 12 years ago, keeping up with who wins the most gold medals. It was always a big deal to me that especially, you know, right before Michael Phelps, the Australians were coming on, you know, on the swim scene and everything like that. For the relays, the 800s and all this stuff. So I catch up with the swim. Oddly enough, I'm fascinated with the diving and everything like that. So I'm over at the homie's Courtney's crib though, man, picking up Landon. And it's funny because we watching synchronized swimming. And so you instantly become a judge because you watch it real speed. And then when you watch it slow, you like, oh, yeah, she came out of a turn too fast. Mm-hmm. Or, oh, it wasn't quite, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what I listen, I love diving, especially. I on the diving board, I'm fascinated with the bounce, right? And the flips. I can do a little front flip into a dive, right? But I'm always fascinated with all the intricate, you know what I'm saying, things that they do. So I saw that. That was interesting. So I am also keeping up with the U.S. when it comes to the swim meets and everything like that, though, man. I'm fascinated. I saw Katie Ledecky lose for the first time ever. That was surprising to me. But yeah, man. And you know what? This is the interesting thing, though, bro, because this particular USA basketball team, I think you would agree this is a KD-led USA basketball team, right? So if they don't get the gold medal, right? Is this on KD's watch that we can say that?
100%, because if LeBron was out there, they would be putting it on him. And so I also think that it answers questions about if LeBron's better than KD. We know that KD is capable of taking over games and doing what he needs to do to make sure that things happen. So I don't know. It's quite interesting to see this.
It does. It makes me question, right? And this may be unfair, and I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, but it makes me question Kevin Durant's leadership ability, bro. I say that because of this, right? With all things considered, if everybody else thought KD was the number one guy, Russ never did, right? So I think that Russ, it kind of not that, you know me, I'm reading in between the lines here, but it kind of felt like if Russ never wanted to concede that way, that maybe Russ didn't think that. So then that's one instance. Then he goes to the Warriors, and he's technically he just joined the team that whipped him. He doesn't have to be the guy. He just has to be the guy that puts them over the hump, right? So then that was that thing. So then, here it is. He goes to Brooklyn, right? And technically speaking, he is the leader of that particular team. And I think that with all things considered, I know that he was close to beating Giannis, just a hair away from beating Giannis, but they still lost. And so while he didn't have his full crew, I mean, listen, I've seen LeBron take Boogie, not Boogie Cousins, Booby, get to the finals with Booby Gibson. So I've seen LeBron take a lesser, roster. And so now, fast forward, and if you're the elder statesman of the team, right, you the OG of the team, then yes, I would expect for you. I couldn't see Kobe. I couldn't see them losing with Kobe as the OG on the team. I just can't.
Well, let me. But you ain't finna just slander my boy like that. Like he might have taken Booby Cousins or who Booby Gibson to the finals, but they ain't win it. Don't be trying to pull it out like that.
I get that though, man. But I guess my point in saying that though, man, is that KD still didn't get to the conference finals, right? He didn't. We ain't talking about the finals. He didn't get to the conference finals. So LeBron didn't win it with them. But I'm saying when you look at that team that LeBron had with Drew Gooden as one of his starters on that roster, though, bro. And when I'm looking at that, I'm just sitting here saying you have LeBron and four other dudes going against a team that would eventually have four Hall of Famers and a Bruce Bowen whose jersey is retired at the Spurs. So I'm just saying.
Charles, I'm not finna sit up here and have this conversation with you because we all know how your semantics work when you don't like to compare apples to apples or oranges to oranges. You be comparing grapes to apples. So it's not even a point of us having that conversation. Because until you acknowledge the fact that LeBron and KD didn't make it to the finals because they didn't have their full rosters, and so did PG, but then you ain't gonna put no respect on PG name.
I never said that. I never see. I never said that wasn't the case. I think that
go ahead.
What I think that we disagree. See, you look at it like this. You look at it like the bottom line. Fair enough. If you want to say the bottom line is whatever you want to say the bottom line is, they didn't win it. That's the bottom line. At the end of the day, that's it. But I guess what I'm saying is that to me, it's layers to that bottom line, and all bottom lines ain't created equal.
There's no there it's the same because PG didn't have his people, LeBron didn't have his people, KD didn't have his people. They all lost, and you put more expectation on PG than you did KD and LeBron. That's why we can't have that conversation. So you absolutely right.
No, it wasn't, because the thing about it is that LeBron was injured. So I can't say if LeBron was healthy, right? If LeBron is 100% healthy, PG 100% healthy, KD 100% healthy, that's all equal, right? But PG, Kevin Durant, same, right? Both were healthy. They didn't get it done, bottom line. LeBron, who was injured, didn't get it done. So if you want to say the bottom line is that LeBron didn't get it done, KD didn't get it done, Paul George getting it done, that's fine. But I'm saying, to me, what makes that LeBron different is that LeBron was injured. That's all.
Was he on the floor?
He didn't finish.
But was he on the floor though before they started losing?
He was on the floor.
So if he was on the floor, then it counts.
I get it. It counts. No, I'm not saying it doesn't count. And the bottom line is that it counts. But if you're asking me why I look at that scenario differently, then that's why. But I do think that here's the thing, though. Mm-hmm. I think at the end of the day, though, I think that LeBron would get crucified if he was the OG on the USA team and they lost to France. Yeah. Doesn't matter that France got X number of NBA players on there. I think that it would be different.
Let me ask you this, though. How much of this is on Pop, though? Because from what I'm hearing, the players do not like the San Antonio offense that they running.
I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you, bro. It's 50-50. It's 50-50. And maybe 50-50, bro. Here's the thing. I say that Pop them only because this is a roster that they put together. Whether it was on purpose, whether it was whatever, this is the roster that they built. And then Pop is coaching it. So in the same way how NBA teams have to make adjustments and everything like that, the bottom line is that in the Olympics, you got one chance to play this team. You may play them again in the championship game, but you don't have time to make series game changes to change the game. You have to do it in game. So I do give Pop some of the blame that he's not making the adjustments. But at the same time, it's the USA, right? And I think that if at the end of the day, other teams might have some players that are NBA players, but we got all stars and JaVale McGee. So I can't say that I can only put coachable so far.
Here's my thing. It doesn't matter. This one is different. Like you said, if they lose or come back with silver, if they don't come back with gold, they are going to light Kevin Durant up. And you know how he is about what people got something to say. So it's gonna be a war between the media and KD after this Olympics is over, and I'm here for it.
What about Kyrie? Ain't Kyrie on the team?
No. Is he? I don't remember the roster. But how you can hold Kyrie accountable and you can't even hold him accountable for the Brooklyn stuff? Like he wasn't even there for that. And let's be real.
He was hurt.
But here's the thing. Let's be real. He ain't a leader. So I know I'm not putting it on Kyrie because he's not a leader.
I'm not gonna put it on Kyrie. I'm not gonna. But what I'm saying is that I'm gonna say that. And this is the Kevin Durant. I can see Kevin Durant saying, "I'm not responsible for making sure that everybody is ready to play." That's coaching.
100%. I know that's what he
is. Is that my thing is that I couldn't see LeBron saying that or getting away with that.
Or Kobe or Jordan.
Right. Let me see something. Let me just look at this. Let me look at this USA roster here. USA basketball.
I know Bradley Beal is out there, or didn't he leave? Bradley Beal left, right?
Bradley Beal left.
And that's how they got JaVale McGee. And they should have picked up Trae Young, who out here in Oklahoma City creating havoc all over the place.
I saw that boy in a what's it called? Okay, so listen, they got Bam, they got Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Jeremy Grant is the only one that's not an all-star. They got Keldon Johnson, who I guess they picked him up for the defense. Drew Holiday, Draymond Green, Zach LaVine, Dame Lillard, JaVale McGee. So they got, oh my gosh.
They got some bro.
They got, but listen, they got Jason. Jason Tatum can get some of this blame too, bro. Stop. Jason Tatum can get some of this blame, and Devin Booker can get some of this blame too. And here's the reason why. Because if you're going to say that these boys is like Kobe when they're playing good, then you also got to say, listen, bro, this ain't no Kobe-ish behavior. This is not Mamba mentality, bro.
No, I'm still KD though. He's still the elder statesman. I mean, I get Tatum is out there, but there's a lot of all-stars out there or stars or whatever you want to call it. I mean, they getting the blame, but it's at the end of the day, we know how this works. Hey, if you the super all-star, whatever the term is, you going because if they win, then you're gonna get the praise. If they lose, you're gonna get the blame. That we know how this works. So it's KD, bro. KD.
I blame KD because he's the most accomplished on the team.
Yeah, because apparently he has 2 rings and he has some finals MVPs or something like that. I don't know. Hey
man. Listen, the other thing too that I think is interesting though, bro, is that did you see that Simone Biles, I don't know that she just dropped out, but she dropped out of the team after doing her vault, which I've seen her do some flawless vaults. And I like I said, I've always been into the gymnastics aspect of it enough to be able to recognize that she is very easily the greatest gymnast I've ever seen. right? At least American very easily, but I just always remember like the Mary Lou Reddens, the Dominique Macianos, and the Dominique Dawes, and all of them. And when I look at some of the how effortless it looks to her, tells me she's the GOAT. But she left this to, for mental health reasons. I don't know if it's just the pressures.
She explained herself quite well. She dropped no subliminals. She explained herself well. She said, "Listen, it's not fun right now. This is not fun. When we compete, we normally have fun." She was like, we had practice this morning, which was okay. And she was like, and then we had like another little warm up or whatever. She said, I wasn't even allowed to sleep, take a nap or whatever. And I was shaking. And once I did my routine, I was just like, no, I am not exposing my mental to this, and it's not going to work. Let them other girls do it. And congratulations to them for being silver medalists. Like, she was upfront with it, man. And I'm like, listen, bro, if you don't have mental health or you don't understand mental health, I ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say. And that ain't even a shot at you. I'm just talking about, like, because a lot of commentators come out and want to say some stuff about stuff like, oh, well, she's doing this, but she can't do that. Like, no, shut up. If you don't know anything about mental health, then you don't need to open your mouth, because like she said, she is well accomplished. This ain't affecting her legacy. This is already such a weird time with COVID, trying to deal with no fans, being away from family, when typically when you compete at this high level, you have your friends and family around. Like, you can see them in the crowd, you can feed off their energy. There's a whole lot of stuff. So yeah, 100%. I agree with her, and I'm glad that she pulled out. And they gonna start respecting these athletes.
What I am looking forward to is the track and field. I'm dying to see, even though my girl Sha'Carri Richardson ain't jumping and ain't sliding out there, I do want to see my girl Allyson Felix, though, man. I've always been a big fan of her. I'm always amazed at how thin she is and how fast she is, because a lot of the other girls, especially the girls from Jamaica, they cut up, and them legs is, plump though, bro. And so I am still like I said, it's every 4 years. I think for me, that what got me into the Olympics though, bro, is probably the time I came out to Atlanta in '96. And I had watched it before, like in 92. And so I came out here in 96 when they had it. And I think that just kind of going to the Centennial Square and having all the hoopla here, because we were downtown at Centennial Square, left. And then that's when they had the bombing down there. After we left, we left and got home, and we were blown away to hear about that they had this bombing down there, because we were literally just down in this area, though, man. But I think that the part that I remember, though, was that I remember seeing like Charles Barkley just kind of walking around, just taking it all in, though, man. Back then, like it was, not that big of a deal, though, bro. And so I thought that it was a phenomenal time. And so that's what made me appreciate that, hey, this is only every 4 years, and that some of these people trained for 4 years to get to this particular point. So, and don't get paid. And here's the other part too, because I kind of had a laugh because I was watching the swim meet, and this is one that I was watching, the one that Katie Ledecky was doing, and she was out here and she was killing it. But you saw somebody who was in last place, though, bro, and they seemed like they were like 30 seconds behind everybody else. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, God, dog, you know what? How slow that looked. And then just to think, well, that's the fastest in that entire country, bro. I said, whoa.
They keep getting these athletes younger and younger, because I seen a 14-year-old out there. We saw somebody who was 17 years old. Like,
it's a 13-year-old or 13 kid from Japan won skateboarding.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they man, And then I saw that one country that won their very first gold medal. It was like for
the Philippines.
Yeah, it was for, was it the track and field, not the long distance, the cross country.
Oh no, I saw something different. I saw a girl from the Philippines won, and it was their first gold medal ever. So they bought her, they gave her something like 600 bands. They bought her like 2 houses. She's straight over there though, man. But I think she won it for like weightlifting.
Okay, no. Okay, I know who you talking about with her. I saw her because my thing was, I was like, yo, she might want to wait till she dropped that weight before she started crying, because it looked like when she was still up here, she started crying like she knew she won it.
She knew she got it.
I was like, bro, no, but it's a cross country thing, and it was a different country. It was like I can't think of it, but yeah, props to them countries, bro, because that's like a big deal, man.
Listen, man, that girl need to go ahead and make an announcement that she all elite. Get out there and go training out there. go wrestling, bro.
I see Manny Pacquiao was giving her props too, so that's dope.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro, absolutely. But listen, I'm a big fan of the Olympics, though, man. Like I said, I respect the fact that it's something that only happens every 4 years, though, man, and I can appreciate the work that go into it, though, man.
Yo,
listen, bro, one thing that happened while
I was just gonna say, before you moved on to your next topic, bro, you brought up All Elite Wrestling, and you know we huge wrestling fans. What is your opinion about the rumors that the boy Daniel Bryan, or his real name, Bryan Danielson, and CM Punk are probably gonna be All Elite? They said the deals is done. It's just about when they gonna come out.
Okay, so is he gonna go by Bryan Danielson then?
Yeah, Daniel Bryan is a WWE trademark.
Yeah, I know that, but is he gonna go like the same way how Aleister Black switched his to Malachi Black, which I think is still just as dope.
Yeah, but I think the difference
is he gonna go by? Is he gonna go by Bryan Danielson? Is what I want to know.
I'm thinking he's gonna go by Bryan Danielson only because of the fact people know, like, his celebrity is such that people know him by his real name. Like, they know it's not Daniel Bryan. So I think 100% he's gonna go by Bryan Danielson.
Listen, I think it's fire, dude. And listen, I think it's more surprising, but not surprising at the same thing. And I say this. I think it's surprising because I do not that I thought that he was a lifer. I just thought that the WWE universe and the yes movement, that to me seemed like something that can go on forever. Like it was up there with like the degeneration. Let's get ready to suck it. Like it was up there with one of the big things in the history of WWE. So the fact that he left is just surprising that at least WWE wouldn't have said, listen, bro, we can offer you the exact same thing. We just want to keep you here. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily so that you won't go over there, but I'm just surprised though.
No, they couldn't offer them the same thing. So because what he wanted is a lighter schedule, and he wanted to be able to work in other territories like New Japan. And so the thing is that right now AEW has those relationships to where they deal with Impact, they deal with New Japan. Like, we just had an IPG match with Moxley and the Murder Hawk Monster. They just had their IPG championship on AEW. So that's the type of opportunities he'll be able to have over there with AEW. And so at first, the new guy that's at WWE tried to build a relationship with a different territory, but that fell through. So no, they weren't able to offer Daniel Bryan the same thing. And like you said, the yes movement is so big. When he goes to AEW, they're going to do it over there. And so, I mean, the yes,
imagine.
Yeah, the yes movement to me is like the what for Stone Cold.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I used to think that the what, and I'm going to be honest, it's up there with finally The Rock has come back. And it is like the millions and the millions. It was up there with that to me though, bro. So I'm surprised given that WWE is getting back to fans now, that they would have let that one slide. And listen, shout out to AEW for doing it, for picking it up. But now the CM Punk thing, I'm not as surprised that he signed with AEW. I'm just kind of surprised that he even came back to wrestling. Like, I mean, he took a couple of L's doing MMA, right? And I just was kind of thinking like he was done with wrestling, right? So that part, I am happy to see him back wrestling. I think that he's one of those where he's CM Punk regardless of where he goes. So I think that that's dope.
Yeah, and that's the thing, to be able to pull him back into professional wrestling, not pulling him from WWE, pulling him back into professional wrestling, I think is a big feat. So you have these two biggest stars that comes into AEW for this year, they win automatically.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's fire though, man. Real fire. Yeah. Listen, I wanted to ask you something, bro. So since you've been gone, right? We saw, man, shout out to the homeboy Mark stepped in the other day on Friday, though, man. Absolutely. But when we were on, we had just saw the announcement, man, that there was talks of Texas and OU leaving the Big 12, and now, as of today, it's been official where they've already officially requested to join the SEC and have gave their notice to the Big 12 that they will be parting ways. Ace Kennedy, what is going on with that?
Okay, so it's dope and stupid all at the same time. What's dope about it is because now they're going to be competing against the best, right? You're talking about building these programs back up to being the elites. And don't get me wrong, even when Texas was under Tom Herman, they never lost a bowl game. And they beat Georgia. They beat Cal. They beat other teams who you just thought, like, I don't know how Texas is going to, like, we look at the Big 12 and, every game means something in the Big 12. And then when you go to the SEC, you can have one or two losses and still possibly make it to the playoffs. So the thing is that, OU, especially with the height of everything that's going on, they believe that they can compete at a high level with these other schools. LSU ain't doing too hot. You know what I'm saying? Florida ain't doing too hot. Like, they're in that same caliber. So for the long, and then as far as recruiting, money, everything, that's the smart part. The stupid part is you had an opportunity. They brought the Big 12 championship back. You needed to make that championship mean something, so that if you won the Big 12 championship, that should have been a ticket to you having a playoff berth. So that's the only thing I think is stupid. They had the opportunity to make that mean something. So, but when the Big 12 conference came and tried to offer them some more money, I was just like, so you had more money, you just wasn't trying to come up off of it. So
first off, Brittany real wild corny for rooting for the Falcons. Let me get that on out there right off the cuff.
Oh my God.
But listen, I'm not gonna. So here's the thing: if you're the Big 12, sure, you could have offered more money, but that's, to me, the whole point of the negotiation, right? You negotiated to be a member, for one. Part of that negotiation allowed Texas to be able to have its own independent Longhorn network separately from the Big 12. So if you're the Big 12, you're saying, like, I've been more than fair with you being a member because I'm giving you concessions that no other school has. So now Texas has to redo their deal on the Longhorn network. I don't even know if they get to keep that because the SEC has their own deal. So then does the SEC let the Longhorns keep that? Or if they say, no, you got to share that revenue. And then if that's the case, then, right, it's not about money because, hell, the Big 12, you could have did that there. I think the thing I don't particularly like is that, to me, I don't like Texas being in the SEC. Like, the idea, I hate A&M being in the SEC. And to me, it's almost like if USC and UCLA wasn't in the Pac-10 or the Pac-12, like, what if they joined the Big 10? And it's like that, like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, it's as stupid as to me as Nebraska being in the Big 10. It's as stupid to me as like Maryland being in the Big 10 and Rutgers, all these schools that have no business geographically being in these particular areas. I don't know, man. It's like part of the fabric of college football that I personally love is the geographical loyalty, man. And I think that I just have a problem. Texas, I just always will associate Texas with Big 12. They've been Big 12 since '98, I believe. They were the SWC before that. That league, I just like. I don't know, bro. I mean, here's the other thing.
I get the visual, like you said, just knowing when you think Big 12, you immediately think Texas and OU.
OU, absolutely. And to me, I can respect that they take the rivalry with them. But I do feel terrible though for the Big 12 as somebody who has been a loyal fan to the Big 12. It's like, I ain't gonna never root for OU, but I do hope that if they got to a championship, that they're representing my conference. So I'm inclined to at least root for them a little bit more. Or if Baylor got to when Baylor, like I'm talking about when RG3 was up there and had Baylor out of nowhere as one of those top schools, and Baylor is in the top 5, like that meant something to me to see to have witnessed that though, man. And so I do feel terrible now that I just think that without OU and Texas, I think that the Big 12's value is diminished. And now I don't know that because if you don't have Texas and OU, does the Big 12 get one of those automatic looks at the playoff? I don't think they would. I told Mark, I mean, the Big 12 without Texas and OU is like Conference USA. I don't like it, man.
It's gonna really depend, bro, on who they get to go into the Big 12. Like what they started out their statement by saying, the conference, like the whole landscape of college football is going to look different in 2025. So there's going to probably be some realignments going on. Like maybe A&M decides to step back into the Big 12 now that Texas is gone. But yeah, what's going? Hey, Oklahoma State.
OSU is going to go to big. They need to go to the big. They need to go to the Big 10 then, bro. Oklahoma State. Listen, bro. Let's be honest. Penn State ain't been good since Doc, who was that quarterback that played for Nashville? Penn State ain't been good in about 15 or 20 years, bro. And they are one of the schools that's a staple in the Big 10. Iowa's been good like 3 times in the last 15 years. Oklahoma State can go up there, and I'm not saying that they're going to go up there and just beat Ohio State, but Oklahoma State is better than easily. They better than Indiana.
Yeah, but I'm saying, though, if I'm Oklahoma State, though, right? I'm tired of being the stepbrother to OU. So now that they're gone, they're going to realign the conference. And so if you're going to realign the conference, hey, make the Big 12 about you. You know what I'm saying? Because they talk so much disrespectful crap about OSU, bro. And I'm just saying, it's your time to step up. So, I mean, so at the end of the day, man.
And listen, I'm going to keep it at that. I'm going to keep it 1,000, bro. I saw that West Virginia was in the ACC. I even forget that West Virginia's in the Big 12 because they don't belong in the Big 12. I mean, geographically, they have no business being in the Big 12, bro. So they can go to the ACC if they want to, bro. Like, I'm not going to miss West Virginia. West Virginia's been good one time in the entire time that I've known them to be the Big 12. When they had Geno Smith and Tavon Austin and somebody else, they had 1 year that they was good, though, bro. Other than that, they've been like booty. Them boys don't eat enough bootios, bro.
Hey, is Texas Tech still in the Big 12?
Texas Tech is still Big 12, bro. I don't know, man. Like, come on, man. Get out of here, bro. I don't particularly like West Virginia does not eat enough bootios, bro, because they stay booty, bro. My whole life, West Virginia has been just a little bit better than Marshall. And hell, Marshall was good when they had Chad Penny and Randy Moss there, man. Stop playing. Anywho, man, I listen. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not gonna lie though, bro. Not gonna lie. But I think that I see where Mark is going. Tech, if they break it up the whole Big 12, Texas Tech can go to the Pac-12 and probably be the best team there right away.
Well, here's my thing, bro. Last thing I'm gonna say about it. I'm just mad because Texas ain't played one down with Sark as the coach, and they already making moves like this. I'm just like, unless OU was pushing it, like, look, bro, we need to go. Because I'm just thinking if it was a Texas like led thing, I'm like, bro, if y'all sit y'all tail down somewhere, y'all ain't played one down.
This is making me hate Sark, bro. It's making me hate Sark, though, man.
And it's like, here's my thing with Sark, right? You haven't been good as a head coach.
Listen, bro. It's making me hate Sark, bro. Like, I don't, bro, stop playing. It's not even about that. It's just, to me, dog, it is about that. I don't think I like Sark, bro. I'm already starting. I haven't even seen us play one game on him.
No, they don't.
Sark is gonna have to. Sark is gonna have to prove it to me, bro.
Now, I don't think it works like that, bro. I thought in basketball it's different because I've seen other schools that are not in the same conference basketball wise. So I don't know how that works. It's a good question though.
No, I think that the basketball, everything, all sports go. I think that you can't be in the Big 12 for basketball, then in the Big 10 for football. It's all or none. I think that Notre Dame is the only one that I know that's floated, and that was temporarily. And they trashed too. They've been trashed for Notre Dame's been trashed since Jerome Bettis left, bro. What they talking about, man? Stop playing.
Big mad.
I'm just mad. Like I don't like Texas going. I don't like anything about it, bro. You can't just take the Red River rivalry, and just say, "Oh, we could do this in the Big East." Like, stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing. Hey, but let me ask you this: since we're talking about football, and Brittany Rowe can just not say anything about this because she said the Falcons, by the way. But listen, man, of all this back and forth, we've been watching all summer long. Aaron Rodgers talking about, you know what I'm saying, he wanted to be traded. He wasn't showing up, and don't get me wrong, off season wise, I mean, this boy has been out here living his best life. I mean, he has been having a good time on vacation. And all of this back and forth, this passive aggressive, him not saying nothing, letting it, he's back showing up to the doctor. Was this the plan the whole time? Did he just want more money? What are we doing with Aaron Rodgers, bro?
No, I'm riding with Aaron Rodgers. You know me, I'm always about the players, and you always about the system. With me and Aaron Rodgers, I feel like whatever if you found out that they picked up another quarterback because they ready to replace you, yeah, I'm shooting my shot and to make them realize what's going on. So yeah, they agreed to one more year and then he can go do what he do. So this is going to be like a contract year for him. He's going to be trying to ball out so he can go somewhere else. He ain't scared of going to another team. Look what happened to Tom Brady. So yeah, he's going to be here for another year, but I'm still riding with with Aaron Rodgers. Here's
my thing though, man. The thing that I understand that, and I'm all about players getting their money, right? Because I think that as a player, you only have a small window to get your money, right? I'm all for that. What I'm tripped out on is that he made it seem like it wasn't a money thing, right? To me, he made it seem it was just it was like, no, I don't want to be here. That's how he made it seem. So for me, I think that it looks weird. Like, I'm like, why didn't you just double down on that? Like, why didn't you've made enough money, they fine you $50,000 for every practice that you're not there. And I think when I look at that, I'm like, all right, listen, bro, if you feel that strongly, was that just talk, or was that just a smoke screen for you really wanted to get more money? That's what I'm saying. If it was just a play to get more money, I'm fine with that, bro.
I don't think it was to get more money though. Like I still think that both things can be true. That Maybe they made him an offer. It's like, bro, we giving you 200,000 or 200 million this year alone. Like, I don't know what they didn't disclose what the terms of whatever it is are. So again, both things can be true. It's just one more year. And so I think that if you're trying to especially go to a contender, this is an opportunity to showcase your or a team that was a quarterback away. Then yeah, I'm for it.
Man, let me see. Let me check these comments real quick. I don't watch football. I think it's unnecessarily dangerous, and the fact that there's so many concussions and injuries. Loves basketball. Okay, I don't even my grandpa. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to hear this. And think that my grandpa loves. Man, if y'all don't go, Brittany Rowe is violating on so many levels right now, bro.
She trolling.
Oh my gosh, man, Brittany is a professional troll today, bro. What the hell? Listen, man, I guess my thing is that I almost was believing Aaron Rodgers enough to think that he just wanted to leave, that it wasn't about money. And now it seems like that was it, that it was about the bag. And I felt like I fell for the okie doke. If he would have just said, no, I ain't showing up until y'all gave me more money, then I would have been cool with that, bro.
Yeah, but you don't believe
double
the players.
Down on it. That's my point.
So you don't never believe the players.
I know. I do want to believe a player when they say no. When they say I want to get traded, but that's my point. Like Aaron Rodgers never came out and says I want to be traded. Like, and so my thing is that when you're letting all these people speak for you, then if it was really about that, then just double down on that and say that, right? But then if it's about the bag, then then I think that Aaron Rodgers can also say that. And I don't think nobody would feel any kind of way about it. That's all.
But that's the thing. Why does he have to explain himself, though? That's what I'm saying. He don't have to. No. He does not have to explain himself because you want to feel comfortable with why he's doing what he's doing. He ain't got to explain himself.
He don't have to. He don't have to explain nothing to me.
Right. But what I'm saying is, though, the thing is that his representation has been out there saying whatever they needed to say. He don't have to say nothing. That's the problem. Like we've gotten to a point now in the media where we expect the players to speak up for themselves, but then get mad when they do. Like, bro, pick a side.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess my thing is though, bro. I just thought that Aaron Rodgers was built for that. Like I just thought that he was talking. He was talking like. Listen, my thing about it though, bro. Aaron Rodgers was talking like he was ready for all the smoke. And when it really came down to it, it's like I like that. Like I like that Aaron Rodgers was like, you know what? I ain't gonna even say nothing to y'all, right? But I also was thinking he was thinking, I ain't gonna even say nothing to y'all, but I ain't showing up to these camps. Or when I show up to the camp, I ain't throwing no balls around. Like I thought I was ready for Aaron Rodgers to double down on it. Grab his balls and hold them in front of everybody at the camp, though, bro. And when I didn't see that, I was just like, all right. It was just a womp to me. I'm glad he got his money. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, man, you could have spared all this hoopla and just told me it was about the money. You could have inboxed me or came on the Slash Brothers podcast, said it was about the bread, and I would have been cool.
Yeah, because we know Stephen A. still scared to come on here. He ain't ready.
Yeah.
No, so, bro, what's going on with the baby, bro?
Oh my God! You know, it's funny. I haven't even been keeping up with it. I just saw that somebody said that he was like homophobic or used some homophobic slur, right? And
so basically, what he did, right? There's was it All the Smoke? Not All the Smoke podcast. The Loud
Rolling Loud, the show, the concert.
Yeah, Rolling Loud concert. And so he just basically said something like, yo, if you ain't one of them dudes that was performing fellatio in the car, put your hands up or put your phone up. Said something to that effect. You know what I'm saying? And he said some other stuff. But he was saying, like, listen, I ain't explaining nothing to none of y'all. At the end of the day, you took 5 seconds, 6 seconds of what was happening live, and you want to ask questions about it when I do my shows for the people that are there who are live, right? And so the thing was, he was like, there's a dude in a crop top in the front row that wasn't offended. He was rocking out, saying every word, blah, 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 blah. I ain't explaining nothing. But my whole thing is not even just that, right? Then of course he brings out he also says something, he brought out Tory Lanez. So you had that whole thing. Yeah, he brought up the HIV thing too. Like it's just like, is all publicity good publicity at this point? Like, what is it?
Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. They're back outside performing at festivals, and we're talking about him. So yeah, he won. He won because, I mean, like this. He won because he won if he genuinely feels like he don't care. Now, here's the thing. I can also see him coming back and saying, "Hey, if I offended anybody, I apologize," and everything like that, which I would respect from a career perspective, right? But at the same time, I would just as much respect if he doubled down on this. I didn't mean no disrespect, so forget you. If you felt that I did, I'm not gonna explain myself. I said what I said.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: which one of the babies
said Lil Baby? No, hold on. What? I thought you were about to say which one I liked the most.
No, I'm saying which one of the babies came out and said they was this generation's Lil Wayne?
I think the baby said it. I think the baby said that him and Lil Wayne were the best rappers alive. Yeah. I think that's what I think. And he said it with a picture of him and Wayne. I think he was on Wayne's podcast or something like that, though, man. And listen, and Brittany, I don't know that that's correct. I could be wrong on there. She said that Tory Lanez streaming and views have went down a lot since the whole Megan. I don't know that it has. To be quite honest with you, I think that Tory Lanez brought back his quarantine radio, and I think it'd be just as live as it ever was. And you know what? I think you are right. That's Kodak Black, and I don't never listen to Kodak Black anyway, though, man. But I do believe, and I'm co-signing here, I think that I don't know anybody in Atlanta that doesn't love Lil Baby. And he's one of the new artists to me that it was easy for me to gravitate to him. Everybody else, let's talk about this. This is a good segue. Good segue. Because, guys, I saw something. I saw T-Pain on T-Pain, by the way. Shout out to T-Pain because we hold T-Pain in very high regards, right?
Very, very high.
T-Pain has Nappy Boy radio, and he says for all these artists has an epic rant. He says, do something different. Like, I'm tired of hearing everybody sound the same, right? And he points out there are literally two babies that are doing this particular sound, or literally, what is wrong with being creative and being different? Ace Kennedy, to that, you say what?
I am different. I mean, we talk about this all the time I don't do the same style of the way that people like. So when I go do a show, right, you'll hear people out there rapping or doing a melodic thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Whatever you do as an artist, you do. But when I come and I'm on the show, I'm different. And so I like that I'm different. So the thing is, at the end of the day, cream rises to the top. So even if you are all doing that same style of music, the better ones are going to rise up. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like when you're listening to the radio and it sounds like the exact same song being played for an hour. I mean, I guess it's just you like what you like.
So here's the thing that I think that I had to look at this from a different perspective, right? Because I don't think that I even though I feel like because I'm an older artist, right? By the way, the 16 on my mind, Fire 16. The boy be killing the R&B verses. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. With that being said, I don't think that listen, I've never heard, and this is just me, I've never heard any new artist in quite some time that I thought was better than me or as good as me. That's one thing, separate. Let me put that out there first and foremost. But I think that the problem is, bro, is that the reason why you'll see people continue to do this is because being different doesn't sell, right? Being different doesn't get radio play. I think that, and not just that, there are a lot of young rappers that are doing this current style, and there's a lot of money being made. I'm talking about, listen, Ace Kennedy. These young boys is out here making guap fast on first big songs, so they're more popular. It's not about that it's skill. It's just that this is the popular sound. So if you become popular now and you're doing the popular wave, then to me, it's the incentive to me to keep doing it. And the only way that will ever change is if people keep riding this wave and people wasn't really rocking with it. But as long as people are rocking with that sound, it's always going to go. And if you're a new artist, right? Because for me, I'm set in my own ways to where I don't write raps in melodies, right? I write R&B in melodies, right? But if you're just getting into rap, you're influenced the same way how I was influenced. I was influenced by people who had bars, right? That was the thing. That was the sound when I was getting on. So I think that if you're a new artist and this is the wave, that's what you're influenced by, it makes sense that those influences will come out. It's just that now you don't really have any incentive because now it's popular and dudes just getting guap off of it though, bro.
Yeah. Well, apparently the savior is back because it's Kanye from all accounts that we heard is that Kanye's new album is so far in the future in advance that it's about to change the way music is with what he's got going on with the Donda album. So that you say?
Let me keep it 1,000 with you, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it 1,000 with you, bro. I am looking forward to the Kanye, right?
August 6th.
I'm looking forward to the Kanye. Yes, it's supposed to come out August 6th. I am looking forward to the Kanye because my expectation is that the Kanye would be a change from what everybody else is doing. With that being said, Ace Kennedy, I'm gonna keep it 1,000, right? I think that Kanye, the creative, right? I thought that it was a fire. Think about that. Kanye had enough command to where it was a listening party, and it was a big deal all over Atlanta. I mean, it was the hottest event in Atlanta in quite some time, which is another thing I want to ask you about. But with that said, the boy shows up on out here. Floor is all white. He's in all red. He got a stocking cap over his face. Doesn't say a word, just plays the music. Surprised everybody that he got the whole verse on there. Didn't say a single line. Just wanted people to listen to the music, which I can appreciate on many levels. But I think the thing that I'm interested into seeing is that you heard it through speakers, and I didn't get a chance to hear all. I want to hear it as it was meant to hear a sound, how it's supposed to hear. With that being said, bro, it is a lot of pressure because I have high expectations for it. High expectations, bro.
I mean, I just want to hear it. I mean, I like Kanye. I'm not like a super Kanye fan. I like that he takes risks because at least as an artist, you can say he takes risks. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm interested in hearing what he pulled off.
It was interesting because here's the thing. I think that Kanye was losing me, right? Kanye was losing me right after Twisted Dark Fantasy, right? Like everything after that for me, I was like, yeah, right. So this one, I'm hoping is the one that brings me back to the Kanye that I used to love. That listen, with that said though, Ace, I don't want to sound like I just feeling myself too much. I'm gonna tell you this though, bro. You would be hard pressed. I'm biased to tell me a comprehensive album playlist. And I've heard a lot of people. There was one other dude. Who is this cat? This young dude who signed to, he was supposed to be signed to Boosie. Let him go. I saw him on the Breakfast Club, bro. A Young Blue. Young Blue's album is fire. For the new sound, his album is fire. Well, with that said, though, bro, Bel Air 2, I still haven't seen one that I thought tops it. I'm biased, though, because I'm talking about rapping wise. I have not. Song for song, I'm putting the Bel Air 2 live from 1999. And that's to me what I'm looking at. Like, not to say that I'm the coldest ever, but I do want to hear something and think, yeah, I think this is better than mine, right? I don't have no problem at all with being able to say something is better, but I ain't seen it yet. And that's what I'm hoping that the Kanye is.
So you basically saying you still got the E. coli virus?
Got the E. coli virus, bro. I still got the E. coli. I don't got COVID, but I got the E. coli.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I just think that I just look at I look at this, and like I said, the Kanye is big. So, like, I've heard some leaks, and I've heard this, that, and the other, though, man. And like I said, I just want to hear it all the way through, and I want to hear it as a body of work from top to bottom. Yeah.
Brittany Rowe, you said you had a question about for the artist segment. So this is it. What was your question?
She said, "Do y'all think Beyonce and Kim have beef? I don't see why they would have beef." He said, "It's funny that as soon as they get divorced, him and Jay are cool again." I do think that there's something to it, right? I'm inclined to believe, and I don't know this myself, but I just would believe that they probably question the authenticity of their relationship, right? Like, it's you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of, man. But I'm biased because I love me some Beyonce, and I'm not going to say it's Beyonce's fault ever.
But they didn't go to the wedding. That was the big deal.
Right. Because this is my thing, though, right? Because if you feel like that this is, if you feel like she's a reality TV star and that everything is planned, purpose for a moment, right? Then I can understand why you might just be like, listen, I'm not about that. Like, if you feel like, if she felt like something was fraudulent about that, and even if Jay-Z did, I don't know. Ace, I couldn't imagine who I would marry that you would be like, nah, I ain't coming up for that though, bro.
Absolutely not, because it ain't about her. It's about me celebrating you.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't live in your house. Why am I going to judge who you marry?
But then no. You can judge who I'm going to marry. That doesn't mean you won't be there to support me nevertheless.
100%.
Yeah, that's where I think that there is that disconnect with them. Okay. So there's a meme going around on Facebook that said that if Britney Spears gets free from her dad and whatnot, let's expect some new music from her, and let's normalize not expecting artists to come out with new music until they're ready. What do you think? Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why Britney Spears is maybe mentally she's not in the space and creatively to make new music. I don't really see. I know that her dad's heavily involved with everything like that. But listen, man, I mean, hell, me and Ace got studios, bro. Like, I don't see why Britney Spears wouldn't be making new music. So I can't really say.
I don't think it's pressure at all. My thing is that we know them. It's just like if you saw Denzel Washington, I would want to see a new Denzel Washington movie. Like, this is the genre that you chose to be a part of. So if I'm a fan of yours, then I'm always going to want something new from you, and tired of looking at these new artists who I don't necessarily promote. So no, it's not pressure. They don't have, it ain't like they have to do it, but if I'm a fan of yours, I want new music from you.
Facts. And listen, I look at them differently, right? Because you talking about Rihanna and Beyonce, right? And Nicki. And let's just say we're talking about Nicki, Right. Nicki. We talked about Nicki. We gonna put her in a whole separate box, right? Because of the history, right? And because of the current climate of female MCs, where not just the point where they are gaining on her, right? Maybe not skill-wise, but in terms of popularity, hotness right now, they've arrived. Like they're there. So then it's like if you're Nicki and you've had this stranglehold on that top hot female MC spot for 10 years, maybe, right? I'm just sitting here thinking like, all right, now the clock is on Nicki. And not just that. It's not even that the clock is on her to put out an album. I'm just seeing everybody else come out with bangers, right? I'm seeing that we've watched Nicki. I mean, we've watched Cardi. We've watched Megan. We're watching all of these females come out with bangers. We can't get one from the GOAT. That is why I think that it's different for Nicki, because my expectations for her are probably higher than the others, though.
The difference, Brittany, is because she's been the one running her mouth about her being able to still do what she does. So that's where the expectation comes from. Yeah, if Beyonce don't put out nothing, I would want new music, but I'm not gonna be like bugging her about it. Same with Rihanna. The thing is, they aren't coming out like clamoring to be like, yo, we're the greatest ever artist. So the thing is that what'd she say? No, we ain't got no recent ones. You can't be running your mouth and put out no songs. You can't do it. The pressure's on her,
bro. You can't. I am not gonna accept. Right? I'm not going to accept. It's just their time. I'm not going to accept that from Nicki Minaj. That is not a viable excuse for this. For me.
No. If you run your mouth saying that you're the best, then you need to back that up. You can't. If you were just celebrating these young women, even doing songs with them or whatever the case may be, but you're not, and you've been running your mouth that you still the best, so that's why you gotta come out with something. And Jay is never coming out.
If Jay-Z Jay-Z still is the best. That's why he says he's still the best.
Right.
So if Jay-Z never puts out another song, is Lil Baby coming from it? No. What is that? Brittany Rowe, you got to understand. We're talking about body of work. And here's the other thing about it. I think that while Jay-Z isn't necessarily putting out music, he's still very actively seen, where even now, right, Jay-Z hasn't came out with another whole album solo since 444, and I still am looking for another Jay-Z album. Like I would love, that's why that was I would love another Watch the Throne 2, right? Like that, I do want another Jay-Z project.
The difference is Jay-Z is putting out verses. We still know he got it. We haven't, like when Nicki's put out her solo stuff, it hasn't went anywhere. And so the thing is that most people thought after Bodak Yellow for Cardi that was it for her. Then she comes out with WAP, and it's like that's another like Designer. Where is he at? All we know is Panda. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing is that she put the pressure on herself. What about Monster? Doesn't do me any that would
that was 8 years ago, easily 8 years ago. Right. And that's my thing. The climate is different since the last time Nicki had a hit record, right? Like it's been a lot. What was the last big Nicki Minaj song? What was her last number one song?
Or feature?
Bruh. If my phone wasn't dead and broken, I would look for this one though. But when was the last? I'm inclined to believe. Like, here's the thing. Like, I think Chris Brown was under the same kind of pressure. Like, Chris Brown put out a lot of music, but it wasn't until this recent song with Young Thug that it was a number one hit. And so my thing is that I know that Nicki is the GOAT all time, But unless you're telling me that she's retired, I'm going to keep expecting that, that I'm going to be looking and checking for her. And the clock is going to be on Nicki until she says that I'm retired, though, bro.
Cardi only has one album, but she's still hot.
She's putting them singles out.
Right.
She got some chart topping singles.
Right. And she doing it while she pregnant.
Yes.
And Nicki disappeared when she got pregnant.
Oh my gosh, bro. Nicki's been doing, listen, now why has Nicki not been doing so great since she's been married, bro? Cardi B, listen, bro. Cardi B got married and then she upped her game, bro.
Yeah. She should have never got rid of Safari, bro.
Oh my, not even Safari. She was on top when she was with Meek.
That's true.
Bro, stop playing. Ace Kennedy, man.
Let's get out of
listen, on that note, bro, what is this week looking like for you, man?
Man, listen. Deuce has his final All-Star game on Thursday. So I'll be dealing with that. I got some other stuff. Of course, we got the Marauders podcast coming on Thursday, which now that I think about it, I won't be there for. About that. So yeah, I mean, just getting back into the swing of things. We're still wrapping up the brainstorming ideas for the new video coming. We're gonna start shooting August 7th, I think. So getting ready for that. And I mean, that's about it, man. Just downloaded a bunch of new samples. So hopefully I don't think I'm gonna be able to get in the lab this week, but definitely ready to start getting stuff done. What about you?
Oh, Lord. Where that yard came from, bro. I think that this week is gonna be interesting, bro, because so I'm trying to shoot some video, right? Because I got the chorus on the song that the homie Rock. Shout out to the homie Rocky already. So I'm on a chorus for a song that he has, and what I'm looking to do is record my part, but I'm trying to go ahead and do it because he's in a nice little Benz, looking clean. So I'm trying to go ahead and shoot mine with Billie Jean all dolled up, but I've been trying to get a tune-up done on my girl Billie Jean so I can, really mob in her like that though, man. So I'm trying to go ahead and get that. So if I can get that tune-up on Billie Jean, I can be ready to go ahead and shoot. And so that's going to be my goals for this week, to kind of go ahead and lay the groundwork on that though, man. I'm already doing some editing for his video so that I can have it prepped where all I got to do is drop my footage on in there, and then we Gucci. So yeah, that's what my week's looking like though, man. Just a lot of prepping though.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Let's get on out.
On that note, let's get this home. If you haven't, like I said, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube and to the Facebook page. Every episode is uploaded immediately after the pod. Ace Kennedy, let's get that music going. Oh, Brittany, you say less. They're cooking up over here.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
Can you dig it, sucker?